Today I'm going to show you how I decorated this golf cake. Come join me. So this cake is a quarter sheet cake, and the base of it is going to be confetti cake. Prior to the day I was actually decorating, I needed to make a golf flag, which I made here with some red fondant. I made the flag and kind of set it aside so that I could allow it to dry. So once I did that, I was able to prepare to make the cake on the day of. So as I mentioned, this is a confetti cake. The filling inside is going to be a caramel flavored buttercream, and then on the outside it's going to be a chocolate chip cookie dough icing. So lots of different flavors in this cake. Anyway, so here I am just beginning to crumb coat this cake and filling it as well. So here, adding that caramel flavored buttercream. Next step, I'm going to add that second layer of cake, and we're going to crumb coat the cake. So here we are adding that chocolate chip cookie dough icing to the cake. And we're going to make sure that this is nice and crisp along the sides so that when I add the colored icing, we have a nice crisp canvas to decorate this cake. So here we're going to use a lighter green to do the sides of this cake, and I'm going to smooth out those edges. I'm going to bring that up to like along the sides and up over the top. It doesn't need to cover too much because we're going to cover that with a different color green on the top, along with some fondant to make our golf course. Again, we're kind of squaring off those edges of the cake and just making sure that our cake is flat and nice and squared and smooth. Here I am making, using a piece of green fondant to make a golf course for on the top. So here I'm adding some buttercream and putting that golf course into the center where we're going to have our golf course itself. Here I'm kind of scraping out some of that icing that I had put down so that I can add a little body of water and a little sand pit on the other side. So once I have those areas kind of carved out a little bit, I'm going to add some graham crackers for the sand pit and some blue piping gel. Well, some piping gel colored blue for a body of water. Just kind of brushing that out to the sides of that area that I carved out. Here I am, I'm adding some white buttercream so that the blue shows through. I don't want that green to come through the blue. I want it to definitely look white. I'm sorry, want it to definitely look blue. Here I am, I'm using a grass tip, and I'm just covering the whole top of that cake with this, the grass to cover our golf course, going the whole way around that sand pit as well as the body of water and our golf course itself. Going right up along the edges, and then I'm also going to go along the whole bottom of the cake, as you can see here, for the border. And here I am, I'm using the top of a piping tip, and I'm going to create a hole for where we will put our flag and where the ball would go. Here I am making, again, a small hole to put inside of that hole so that it's a different color. I'm writing happy birthday message right here. And this is sped up a bit. I'm just adding some definition or some design to this, adding little dots to the intersects of each of the letters. Here I'm making a small golf ball and I'm adding that to the golf green. Here I am going back to that flag and I'm adding the number 18. The birthday individual is turning 18. So I'm rolling out some fondant into small lines of fondant and I'm shaping it into the number 18, and I'll put that onto each side of the flag. I'm going to use some water to adhere it to the flag. Here I am painting with some luster dust the stick or the skewer that the flag is on, so it looks like an actual flagpole. And then lastly, I'm sticking it into the cake, and with that completes the look of the cake. This is what it looks like. If you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you miss no other content. Thank you for joining. Have a great day.